Here, I want to go over the bus bars for a Captain 10, KVT 400, or most any of the AutoVent controllers will have these bus bars. You can see them right here. It's a little hard to see on the screen, but technically they've got a bus bar that comes down in and brings power to a whole bunch of screws at the same time. And the idea of this was for low voltage motors, the blue and the purple wires bringing the power for the motors, and this distributes it out to all of them, or out to all the relays, and from there it switches it. So if you want to hook up a contactor, you cannot use this power for the motors. It's only intended for the motors, and you will randomly get bad results if you try to use it to power up power contactors. So right here we've got a strip of 8. You can see this for 8 relays. We've got 8 little terminals in a row. That's for 4 motors. So you can, but if you don't actually have 4, you can repurpose it. So since we can't, there, I broke it in half because I don't have a pliers. So we only had 2, say we only had 2 motors. You actually got to come in, take all these screws out, lift it out, and then go do that breaky thing and put it back in again so that your power only goes to the first 4 terminals, because each vent motor takes 2, and you can't use the contacts beyond it for other stuff until you take them out. So I just took it out, and then you put this back in. Then the remaining contacts are dry contact. As soon as these are out, you have dry contacts. Then once you have a dry contact, you can use that to power up your contactor or to switch the current, because the contactor needs electric showing up at it to pull the electric magnet in. You got to know the voltage. A lot of them are 120 volts. So you bring 120 volts from your breaker panel to pull this in, but first you stop and run through a dry contact with that 120 volts, and that's what switches your fans on and off.